Hi everyone. In the continuation of 2301 MA 107 statistics paper, this is our third class, which we are going to discuss about the representation of data. How can we representing data in various methods? In this class, we are going to detailedly discuss this topic. What is the objective for classification of data? The objective of the classification of data is simple, concise, meaningful, and interesting, helpful in further analysis, helpful for further analysis. We are collecting the data from a source. First we are collecting the data from a source. Then how can we organizing data in a simple way, in a meaningful method, in a simple and meaningful method, that is called the representation of data. Here there are two methods for representing a data collection. First one is table presentation and second one is visual presentation. In visual presentation, we further it is classified into two types. One is graphical presentation, another one is diagrammatical presentation. So, for the collected data is organizing in a simple method which gives a meaningful order or for interested to study. That is called the representation of data. What are the two major types? Tabular representation and visual representation. Now, what are the uses of presenting the data in tabular form or in diagrammatic form? It is easy and better understanding of the subject. It is very easy and better understanding. Provides first-hand information about data. Uh, First, if we see the table or presentation means we have some idea about the data. That is the first-hand information. Then it is very helpful for the future analysis and easy for making comparison with the existing one, and very attractive also. If the collected data is in number form, it is very vast data. We are not very interested to do the analysis. So if the data is arranged in tabular or diagrammatic form, it looks something very attractive. So it can be used for further analysis. Now, what are the principles that we have followed for presentation? Data should be presented in simple form. We have to present the data in simple form. Then it create interest in reader. Whoever read the format means it create the interest. Should be concise but without losing important details. We have to concise the data but without losing the important details. Then facilitate further statistical analysis. It must be helpful for further statistical analysis. Define problem should be suggest its solution. It brings the solution for the collected information. Then I already said what are the two major classification of presentation. One is tabular presentation, another one is diagrammatic presentation or visual presentation. Now let us see tabular presentation of data. It is a systematic and logical arrangement of classified data in rows and columns. Whenever we see the table, we have to include the rows and columns, because in a table we need column as well as row. This is column and as well as row. So now let us see the tabulation. What sport do you play? It is a simple example for you. What sport do you play? Then I collected some data from the students, then tabulated the collected data. Sports number of people, sports number of people. So the tennis is liked by 45 students, and gymnastics is done by 54, and swimming is done by 32, and so on. Similarly, we collect the data. Suppose if we are writing this data, means first student like the saucer, second student like the tennis, third student like the gymnastic. Likewise, we have to count all the data. But if we are arranging this data in tabulator form, means clearly it gives the mean. How many people like the tennis? 45 people like the tennis. 54 people like the gymnastics. So this is very simple and concise also, and gives the meaningful data also. So this is the simple tabular presentation. Now, what is the significance? What is the importance of tabulation? It simplifies the complex data, and unnecessary details and repetitions are avoided. Facilitates comparison, gives identity to data, reveals pattern within the figures which cannot be seen in the narrative form. Instead of narrative form, it gives the simple presentation. Now, what are the rules that we have to follow when we are framing the table? Numbers should be assigned to the table. The table number should be assigned. Suppose if we are using more than 2 table or 3 table means we have to assign some numbers for the table. A title should be given to the table. That title representing the table information. We have to provide one title for the table. Should be concise and self-explanatory. The title itself give the clear information about the data. Then contents of the table should be defined clearly. Subtitles should be properly mentioned with columns and rows. Group intervals in columns and rows should neither to nor narrow. They should be also mutually exclusive. They should be also mutually exclusive. Units of measurement must be mentioned clearly. The units of measurement must be mentioned clearly wherever it is necessary. Any short form symbols if we use in the table, we have to give the footnote. Suppose if we are using mm in table, what is mm for? Mm is millimeter. If we are using cm in the table, the cm stands for centimeter. So if we are using the short forms or symbol, that is called, we have to mention in the detailed expansion of the symbol in footnote. No place should be left in the body of the tables. No place should be left. That should be the information. That should be a logical arrangements of data in table. These are the rules whenever we see the organize the table, whenever framing the table. This is the simple table presentation. As I said earlier, we have to give table number. This is table number 1. We have to assign the table number. Also give the title in the top of the table. We have to write the title of the table. These are called row headings and column headings, and then total value. This is body of the table. This is a simple representation of a table. Suppose if we are using any symbol here, we have to give the detailed explanation in the footnote, and then if necessary, you have to insert the source also. Now, what are the types of table that we are used? The tables are classified into basis of purpose and basis of content. For the two types, we organizing the table, we are framing the table, basis of purpose and basis of content. And the basis of purpose, there are the two types. One is the reference table, another one is text table. And the basis of content, we have simple tables and the complex tables. Then complex tables is further classified into double table, triple table, and then multiple table. Double table, triple table, and multiple table. These are the types of tables. The tables are classified into two types, basis of purpose and basis of content. And under the purpose, we have two types. One is reference table, another one is text table. And under the content, we have two types, simple table and complex table. Complex tables are further classified into double table, triple table, and then multiple table. Now, what is reference table? If we are doing a project, if you are doing many project or submitting a thesis, we have to include some references at last. What are the sources we are taking the data? So that is called the reference table. This is also called primary table. This is also called primary table. It contains only absolute and actual figures and round up numbers or percentage. That is, this is a simple format of table, serial number, contents and page numbers. Now, this is the complete template of the table. Table number should be mentioned in here. Table title, youth activities. Here the table title is youth activities. Table number is 5. We have to allocate the number as well as the title. And then column heading. What are the columns headings are there? What are the row classifiers? How can we classify the row here? And then body of the table. These are the body of the table. These are the source note. Footnote is here. This is the complete content of a table presentation. Now, how can we frame the text table? It is the special purpose or derivative tables constructed to present selected data from one or more general purpose table. It brings out a specific point of answer to specific question. It gives the specific answer to specific question. It includes ratios, percentage, averages, etc. Now, simple tables. What is a simple table? Data are letting only one character. It represents only one character. This is called a simple table. Here we are collecting the data of the gender of boys and girls. So in our class, total number of boys are 9 and total number of girls are 29. This is a simple table. Just it belongs to only one character, that is gender of the class students. Gender of the class students. Now, what is double table? It gives the two characters. It gives the two characters, gender, boys, girls. Among boys and girls who are vegetarians and number of students those who are non-vegetarians. This representing the two characters. So, it is called a double table. So, we are collecting the information of boys and girls. In that information, we classified the vegetarians and the non-vegetarian here. So, this is called the double table. Then what is triple table? Triple table, it gives the three characteristic. It gives the three characters. The same gender, boys and girls. We are separating the vegetarians and the non-vegetarians of the students. Under vegetarian, yet we are calculating how many students are below 20 years and how many students are above 20 years. So this is called the three characteristics statement. Now multiple table, it has more than three characteristics. We classified the boys and generally gender is boys and girls. Among boys who are day scholars, who are hostelers. Among girls who are day scholars, who are hostelers. So multiple characteristics represented here. This is called the multiple table. This is called multiple table. Um, Now, students, in this class I explained the tabular presentation of the data. So, in general, the table is classified into basics of purpose and basics of content. I summarize the result of the tabular presentation. Tables in general, the tables are representing as basis of purpose and basis of content. And then under the purpose, we have two types: reference table and text table. Under the basis of content, we have simplex table, simple table and complex table. Then furtherly, complex tables are classified into double table, triple table, multiple table. Simple table representing only one characteristic. Double table representing two characteristics, and triple table gives the three characters of the data, and multiple table gives more than three characters. So you have to write on your own example, create own example in your own method, using your marks, your habits, your class students, your friends data. So not necessary to memorize all these things, just to understand the concept and create your example in your own method. We will see the graphical presentation in next class. Thank you.